Hello and welcome to this video where we will discuss the potential consequences if North Korea ever decides to launch an attack. If North Korea decides to launch an attack, the country most likely to be targeted would be South Korea due to historical tensions and political conflict that have not been resolved over the years. The long-standing hostility between North and South Korea could escalate further if North Korea decides to use its military force to unify the Korean peninsula under its regime. One immediate consequence would be massive military retaliation from South Korea and its allies, including the United States, which could lead to widespread devastation. The economic sanctions on North Korea would tighten further as countries around the world condemn its aggression, and the global economy could take a severe hit due to increased tensions in East Asia. Japan, being a close ally of South Korea and the United States, would also be at risk of being dragged into the conflict as North Korea sees it as an enemy. The possibility of North Korea using its nuclear arsenal would create global panic as the threat of a nuclear war would become a harsh reality, destabilizing the region and beyond. In response, China would likely increase its diplomatic efforts to calm the situation, although its stance on defending North Korea would remain unclear. A military conflict on the Korean peninsula would displace millions of people, leading to a refugee crisis that would overwhelm neighboring countries like China and Japan. North Korea's cyber attack capabilities would also come into play, disrupting financial systems and infrastructure in South Korea and other targeted nations. The conflict could lead to the involvement of international organizations such as the United Nations, which would attempt to mediate peace but may face significant challenges in doing so. If North Korea manages to seize control of South Korea, it would gain significant economic and technological resources, giving it immense power in the region. The destabilization of South Korea would create a vacuum in global tech industries, since the country is a leader in technology manufacturing, particularly semiconductors. North Korea would face internal dissent as its people may not fully support the regime's war efforts, which could lead to uprisings and resistance from within. The involvement of the United States would lead to a protracted conflict with North Korea, but it would avoid using nuclear weapons in fear of global annihilation. International markets would plummet due to fears of prolonged war and investors pulling out from affected regions, leading to an economic depression in parts of Asia. The conflict could shift the global balance of power, with the rise of other nations taking advantage of the instability to assert their dominance in international affairs. A North Korean attack would have devastating consequences on the region and the world, leading to a complex web of political, military, and economic fallout that would take years to recover from. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and share it with your friends.